figuring out those instructions and getting them in here. And the really cool thing is ChatGPT can help you make a GBT, which is great. So I decided make one the local living newsletter assistant. I think ChatGPT actually came up with that name, so I just stuck with it. If you take a look, here are the instructions for it. So you're a friendly, knowledgeable newsletter assistant for real estate agents. Your primary goal is to create engaging, informative, hyper-local monthly newsletter. Each issue should include 80% community focus content, events, seasonal recipes, local business spotlights, home maintenance tips, and lifestyle reminders tailored to the location. That's really cool. It's really important because when you're looking at newsletter, all the feedback and everything that I've read and seen is 80%'s got to be content that has nothing to do really with real estate, and 20% goes to that real estate insight, local real estate market update, inventory pricing or trends, and a clear call to action, encouraging readers to reach out to the agent that's sending it out. Tone should be warm, helpful, and professional, designed to build trust and keep the agent top of mind with their database. Start by asking the following questions to tailor each newsletter properly. So once again, setting the tone, want to make sure that the agent is, what's our purpose? We want to make sure the agent's top of mind, of course, because that's the reason we're sending out the newsletter. And then I asked it to create a bunch of questions for me. So regardless of who's going in there, including myself, if I'm like, okay, I need to create a newsletter for Salem, New Hampshire, that's great, or Nashua, New Hampshire, that's great. It's going to come back and ask me these questions, so then it can build out the content for us in the newsletter. And the way that I came up with the questions is I actually put them into ChatGPT just in general and said, okay, here's what I want to do. And it started to help me build this out. So don't be intimidated by, okay, I've got to write this whole thing. And I'll share this one out with you, and I'm going to keep tweaking it. But it just gives you an idea. So if you wanted to, if you want to create a listing presentation, or if you have, or you want to create your own newsletters or something like that, and you want to create a ChatGPT, a custom ChatGPT for anything, you can. The instructions are super important, but use AI to help you create those instructions. So anyway, so it's going to ask the agent what town, city should be the newsletter focus on. Include the county if helpful for market data. What month is it for? So that's going to align events, recipes, home tips for the season. Do you have any favorite local events or businesses you'd like to include? Optional. So say there's something specific to you, something that you like to go to, you're involved in, something that's important that may not be out there, or you want to include, you can put it in, it'll build it in. Would you like a specific recipe, or should they choose one? You don't have to use a recipe. I just put it in there. Do you want to include a personal note or a recent update or a story? Optional, but it's great for relationship building. And what market stats do you want to highlight? So, do you want to go into inventory pricing, trends, whatever you think? And what contact information or call to action should be included at the end? So, and even if you're struggling with that last one, like, okay, well, obviously I know my contact information, that's easy. But what call to action? So you could say, okay, what would be a good hook to end this newsletter on based on X, Y, and Z. I mean, X, Y, and Z could be the time of year, what's going on in the current economy, and what's going on in the current market. And then once the answers are collected, generate a 400 to 600 word newsletter. So once again, really specific, right? Going back to the fact, 400 to 600 words for that newsletter. You can make it whatever you want, but just think about it. Friendly subject line and engaging intro, 2 to 3 local events or happenings, 1 seasonal recipe, 2 seasonal home maintenance tips, a market update and short real estate CTA, clear formatting for readability. All towns focused on should have stats for the market update. So that's can be completely tweaked to whatever you want it to be. That's what I created for this one. And then I did some conversation starters. So all I did for the conversation starters is, so as I share this out with somebody, it's going to have a few of these conversation starters. What town should the newsletter focus on? What month is this for? What market stats do you want highlighted? And you'll see the 3 of those now appear on the right-hand side. Those are just sort of quick things. So if somebody's looking at your GBT, or even for yourself, it's just to trigger that thought in your brain. you could, I didn't upload any files for this one. I didn't have anything I need to, but you could upload files. So if you're working with something where you have a buyer form that you like to use and you like to have it completed, you can put that buyer form in here so that it knows the information that you want on it. If when you're meeting with a buyer, you want to make sure you answer certain questions or you capture all the information, you could create a GBT for your buyer meeting and you put in all that information and then it shoots back saying, okay, you got everything, but you missed these three questions. Just using that as an example. Um, Recommended model. So you can now, and this didn't exist a couple months ago, but you can now actually pick the model of ChatGPT that you want to. I would let it, I don't. I let it just go with it just uses the regular model that I use, the regular one, which I believe is 4.0 right at the moment. So I would just let it do that. And then once you're done with that, you can just hit save to create it. I'm just going to click update since we're in here. Wait for the servers. And now since I created it, you can see I created this one with the option for anyone with the link. You have different options. So you can keep it just to yourself, anyone the link, or you can share it out. And when you share it out, that puts in that library. So I go back to like if you ever done, I'll use smart plans in Command. Like if you create a smart plan in Command, you have the option to share it with everybody in KW if you want people to download it.